One capstone proves you can engineer, a portfolio proves it was not a fluke. In this lesson, you will turn your work into 2 or 3 self-contained automation projects a hiring manager can verify in minutes, graph scripts, an autopilot or provisioning workflow, and an AIOps dashboard or gated remediation. For each, you will assemble the 4 artifacts that separate an engineer from a button clicker and frame them all under one story. The deliverable is a pinned, linkable portfolio you can drop into a resume, a LinkedIn featured section, and an interview. The capstone proved you can engineer one solution. A portfolio proves it is repeatable, that you make safe, well-documented automation as a matter of habit. 2 or 3 coherent projects do far more than one, they show range, that you can provision, automate, and observe, and depth, that each is built to a professional bar. A hiring manager spends about 90 seconds on your profile before deciding whether to keep reading. The work is mostly done. What remains is presentation, and presentation is exactly where most strong candidates quietly lose. Aim for 2 or 3 projects that span the role. A Microsoft Graph automation anchors automation at scale, fleet-wide detection and idempotent, gated remediation, packaged as a runbook with managed identity off. A provisioning or autopilot workflow anchors modern management, zero-touch device setup expressed as configuration as code, deployed by script so it is reproducible. And an AIOps dashboard or gated remediation anchors observability and reliability, endpoint telemetry, KQL that surfaces risk, and a dashboard or a verified, gated fix. You do not need all 3. 2 that span automation and observability are plenty. Aim for breadth plus depth, not quantity. Treat every project as a self-contained case study with the same 4 artifacts. A clean public repository with safe, idempotent, least privilege code, pinned module versions, and absolutely no secrets, because a leaked secret in a public repo disqualifies you for a security-adjacent role. One architecture diagram in a consistent, legible style, because it is the first thing anyone looks at. A 3 to 5 minute demo video proving it works end to end, which recruiters genuinely watch. And a 1-page design doc covering the problem, the design and why, the trade-offs, and the measurable results. That design doc is what separates an engineer from a button clicker. The README is the most read file in your portfolio, so give every project the same structure. State the problem with a quantified baseline, the architecture with the diagram, and how to deploy it, including the least privilege permissions. Explain how to test it, the dry run, the pilot ring, and how to prove it impotency. Show the results as baseline versus after, with mean time to remediate, hours saved, and devices at scale. And list the safety guardrails with a 1-line justification for each. A reviewer who opens that README understands the problem, the design, how to run it, and the impact in under a minute. That is the entire purpose of publishing the work. A portfolio is also a judgment test, so apply production discipline here. No secrets in source, use a git ignore, reference managed identities, and replace real tenant IDs and tokens with placeholders. Pin your dependencies so the project reproduces. Document least privilege, the exact scopes or application permissions the automation needs and why. And note how you piloted, the dash what if dry run and the ring. Reviewers read these signals fast. A clean, safe, reproducible repo says I can be trusted with the fleet far more convincingly than any bullet point you could write. Do not present 3 unrelated labs, present 1 engineer. Write a single positioning line and let each project illustrate a facet of it. For example, I automate and operate modern Windows endpoints at scale, from provisioning to self-healing. The graph automation shows automation, the autopilot workflow shows provisioning, and the AIOps dashboard shows observability and reliability. Put that line at the top of your GitHub profile README, pin the project repositories beneath it, and link the demo videos. A reviewer who lands on your profile should grasp the narrative before they click anything. One story across 3 projects turns a list into an argument. Let us bring it home. Choose 2 or 3 projects that span automation, provisioning, and AIOps. For each, ship the 4 artifacts: a clean, secret-free repo with a structured README, an architecture diagram, a 3 to 5 minute demo video, and a 1-page design doc with quantified results. Pin module versions, document least privilege scopes, and confirm no secrets are committed. Write your 1-sentence narrative and build a GitHub profile README that frames all the projects under it. Then produce the single portfolio link you will drop into your resume, your LinkedIn featured section, and your interviews. That link is the proof that everything in this course actually happened.